ladies, it's me, the Purple Diva, and welcome to Whine Wednesday. I'm having my breakfast wine, some coffee this morning, honey, because I have a lot to whine about today. So thank you for joining me. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, thanks for coming back and hanging out with me on this Whine Wednesday. I just have a lot to get into today, and I wanted to get this up as soon as I could because I had been on social media and seeing this, all this stuff going around with Oprah and this whole interview that she did at Con when she was talking about the fabulous Whitney Houston.
We did the whole, hey girl, how you doing, greeting thing. And then I stopped the cameras and I went behind stage and I said, so tell me, what do you want? What do you want to happen here? And I'm going to tell you what I want to happen here. And that was one of the most powerful interviews. And do you all know this is an amazing thing that happened? I had such trust from the Oprah show audience that Whitney did, I think it was her last show with us, and she had gone back on drugs. The first interview I did with her when we'd gone behind stage and I asked her about her intention, she was clean. But the day she came to my show then to perform in front of the audience, she was not. And she fell off of the stage. And I knew that if that story got out that she'd fallen off of the stage, that she would be destroyed by that. And so even though the audience was there and the audience had cameras, I begged them not to put those pictures out because it would ruin her life, and they did not.
And what about...
That would not happen today, I can tell you.
And it just struck a nerve with me with Oprah because, my love affair with her has been over for quite some time because of some of the things that I don't feel that she's done that I've really aligned with, and some of the things that she has said and done and she has not done. And now she's bringing this up, and it's just so diabolical to me that why are you bringing this up? We knew the story, her tragic, her unaliving, and I know, recently Clive Davis over at Arista Records, who was responsible for so many careers, but was also not the best person in the world either, and had done some really allegedly unattractive things to people and to some of his artists that were under his, Phyllis Hyman, TLC, a lot of things, but that's the record industry. Not that everyone does that, but it's pretty relevant and pretty well known that this happens in the music industry. So I don't know if this is why this is coming out, but the fact of the matter is this is something that she could have kept to herself. Let Whitney have the dignity that she deserved. There was no reason to bring this up. And I feel like, what is her issue with people of color, with her own people? We can go back and talk about, her with Toni Braxton when she had Toni Braxton on her show.
She was so freaking mean to me. I was in shock. Do you take responsibility for the situation that you're in right now? 100%. 100%? 100%. I couldn't believe it because I loved her so much. I admired her and looked up to her. And she pretty much reprimanded me. I read that you were upset about stories that your overspending caused this. She says to me, I hear you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey and I don't have Gucci flatware. First of all, I didn't know Gucci made silverware. You ain't got Gucci flatware because you didn't want to buy it. It's not because you couldn't afford it. What did you mean? And immediately, she made me feel this big. This big. That moment completely changed my career. It made people look down on me.
And that it was like she's humiliating people. She did it to Michael. She has been really a bully when it comes to people of color. Monique has spoken out about this. Monique was very vocal about that with her and the whole bit.
If Oprah was watching this, what would you tell her?
I would say, Oprah Winfrey, you know what you need to do, and stop hiding behind what you call was negative comments, what you call, oh, I don't even deal with things like that, because what people are beginning to do is see you for who you are.
And with her, and I'm not going to even put Tyler Perry into this, but that whole situation with all of that, and how, you know, how they just, I mean, they dragged her through the mud around about that. And, you know, she's just, you know, Taraji, when the Color Purple movie came out.
Made $10 million. No, that's not, that didn't make it to their account. Know that off the top, Uncle Sam is getting 50%.
That's right.
Okay? So do the math. Now we have $5 million. Your team is getting 30% or whatever your team is off of what you grossed,
Sometimes
not
more.
after what Uncle Sam took. Now do the math. So I'm only human, and it seems every time I do something and I break another glass ceiling, when it's time to renegotiate, I'm at the bottom again, like I never did what I just did, and I'm just tired. I'm tired. I'm tired.
I get that.
It wears on you, you know? Because what does that mean? What is that telling me?
What is it telling me? Yeah. And what does it tell me? Yeah.
You know? And if I can't fight for them coming up behind me, then what the fuck am I doing? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It just seems like she has an issue with people of color. But what bothers me about her is that she's all these people, Dr. Oz, Dr. Phil.
This country was built on hard work, added value, and talent, not on equal outcome, not on DEI. This country was built on hard work, and it needs to continue to be built on hard work.
Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein. Come on. I haven't heard anything about these people that are her so-called friends, acquaintances. She's all over Harvey. There's pictures of her all over social media. You can Google it yourself. And she's all over Harvey Weinstein. That's her buddy, and they're all hugged up together. And, you know, she has a picture with Jeffrey Epstein. I mean, of course, there are a lot of people that have pictures with Jeffrey Epstein. Doesn't mean that they were part of, you know, or on the island or what have you. And I'm not going to even get into that because that's not about him. It's about her. But it's the people that she socializes with who are really not the best people. But yet she continually tears down people of color. And I just don't get that with her. I don't understand what the whole deal is with her. You know, she's had, you know, everything, but see, you know, she's a billionaire, and it was, you know, we were so proud of Oprah. And you could not take her accomplishments from her. This woman worked hard to get to where she is. I'm not downplaying what she has done to make a name for herself, but at what cost? You know, what cost? You know, you can say what you want to say about Michael Jackson. I don't know what happened, but me personally, I don't think that he did anything to these children. But that's just me. I don't know. But she, you know, asking him if he's a virgin, and just some of the things that she just, that interview, when you watch it now, look back on some of those interviews that she's done. They're very cringy. They're very, very cringy. And she's not doing anything that Barbara Walters didn't do, or any of these other journalists have done. Because Barbara Walters was cutthroat too. And she would ask those questions that to me sometimes it's like, well, why are you asking them this? But she did. And Oprah did the same thing. But I cannot get into her these days with, you know, she's an elitist. You know, she's with Kris Jenner. You know, she's at the Bezos wedding, her and Gayle. And I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do a thing about Gayle too, because I've actually met Gayle in person, and Gayle has come to my store and shopped at my store. And I'll do a little story time about her as well. But this is not about Gayle. This is about Oprah. And I just don't see her giving the same energy to these billionaires and these people who SA people and have these really bad past that are her buddies, and she's going to talk about Whitney and her substance abuse and the embarrassment that she was trying to save and keep a secret that she's now talking about when the woman's not even here to defend herself. I just don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I see her now. She's with Chris and she's with these people and she's walking around and she's still, you know, I'm happy for her. Praise the Lord. She's lost the weight and she could stop talking about her damn weight at 70 years old. You know, finally, she's thin now and good for her and she's taking care of her health. But that's another thing, that whole Weight Watchers controversy. It's always something, and these people, you know, Oprah's favorite things that people can't afford. She, you know, she's become the Gwyneth Paltrow, if you ask me. It's like this whole, you know, and this is what I want, and this is my favorite thing, and I'm on the cover of my magazine every month. You know what, girl? Don't nobody care. Don't nobody care. Even Stedman doesn't care because you don't see. When's the last time you saw Stedman? And I'm gonna get into this, and this is kind of off the topic, but I don't think that Oprah and Gayle are lovers. I don't. I've never thought that. But I wonder this whole situation with Stedman, or maybe Stedman has so much dirt on her that Stedman's like, okay, you're gonna have to take care of me for the rest of my life. Even though he does his own thing, but you never see them together. I can't remember the last time I actually saw them at an event together. I don't even think, was he even at the Obama thing with her? I don't even think he was at the Obama opening of the Obama Library. I don't even think he was there for that. I cannot remember the last time I saw them together. But like I said, that's neither here nor there. But I had to throw that little T in there. But I just, you know, her school, the school in Africa with those girls, the controversy behind that. What happened to those girls? Supposedly those girls came up missing and you don't hear about the school anymore, or did it close down and she made this whole big fanfare, oh, I'm saving these girls in Africa and I'm giving them a place to go to school and to live. Where are these girls? Have these girls even finished college? Have they gone on? Where are these girls? You don't hear anything about that. You hear absolutely nothing about that. The whole thing that happened in Hawaii with and she is not a good person. I think you know, a lot of people, I think they start off good, but like they say, money, you know, dirty cash, I want you, dirty cash, I need you. It changes people. And she was somebody who really changed TV. She put a black woman on TV to have their own major network and to have the accomplishments that she's had, to just tear down her people the way she has, where she lifts up these other people. I just don't. I don't know. I need to have some. I'm gonna have some real wine later, cause I'm gonna need some, because this story has really. It has really solidified everything that I feel about her. You know, I had, like I said, I had been off the Oprah bandwagon for quite some time because I had just been, I was like, what's going on with her? And then when she went to that Bezos wedding, that was it for me. I was like, okay, I'm done. You're hanging out with Chris, you're hanging out, and there's Gayle following around behind you. And it's just like, you know, what's the whole point of that? You know, I mean, now you're with the in crowd, girl. You made it. You're with you're the billionaires club, girl. They let you in. So, you know, it's just one of those things where I guess you just, you know, I don't know. I see somebody's alarm's going off, child. But if you can hear that, I'm sorry. Somebody's alarm's going off, honey. It's about 12 o'clock here now when I'm filming this. So, but it's just, yeah, I know I'm rambling, but I'm a little bit upset, and I just had to whine a little bit. Usually I whine in the afternoon with a glass of wine, so I'm just having a little coffee this morning. But I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and you know, tell me what you think. You know, this is somebody who's been a part of, you know, my world for quite some time, and now she's 70 years old, and she's I think she's just become not a nice person. I don't know what her agenda is, and I guess, like I said, when you get to a certain economic level, but their billionaires are made every day, and now our country has gone into a direction where a lot of stuff is going on with it's the have and the have-nots, and she's in the have club, and the have-nots really don't matter to her anymore. It's what my agenda is, and how my weight loss and my body, and how where my friend went to space and all that bullshit. So as far as I'm concerned, y'all could just get in one of these space. You can get Bezos to get y'all another spaceship, and y'all can just go on and move to Mars. You, Gail, Chris, all of y'all, all your little friends, and another thing that really bothered me about Oprah was these fires that were in Hawaii. And she owns all this land in Hawaii, and then she's gonna go fund me. Did she even get any money to help those people in Hawaii? I mean, of course she hired her own private fire department, which you can do. You can do that. You can hire, but it's like you're hiring the fire department when these people probably could have been helping other people who couldn't hire the fire department when their stuff was burning down. She and The Rock, and they're on T, and I'm not talking about The Rock, but I'm just putting his name in there because it was the two of them together, and they were doing this thing, and we got to save the, and this is so devastating, and blah, 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 blah. I ain't heard nothing from her since then. I believe there was a GoFundMe that went into effect, and honey, she could have wrote a check and helped them rebuild, could have helped put some housing and help those people that was displaced. But see, that never happens. And that's what I don't understand about when people get this kind of money. It's like, it's such a disconnect. And let me say this, it is your money. You can do what you want to with your money. But it's so hard for me to fathom. You have so much, and there's so many people who have so little. And I don't understand how it's so hard for people to help other people when they get to a certain economic level. You see, Mackenzie, I believe, is it Mackenzie? Is it Mackenzie is her name? Bezos' ex-wife? She gives away so much. Someone said she will be able to give away millions of dollars, and it's never going to affect her lifestyle because she has so much. When you are a billionaire, you have so much that you can do to help others. And all I see her is she's just, doing her thing, being Oprah, going to Fashion Week, which, I love me a Fashion Week. Nothing wrong with her going to Fashion Week, but it's like, where was this person? And you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car, and you get a car. And then these people couldn't pay the taxes on the car. So half the people, I would love to Google, I may have to Google that and see how many people actually got those cars. Because guess what? You had to pay the taxes on those cars to get the cars. So if you didn't have the money to pay the taxes, you didn't get a car. Girl, bye. So you all have a wonderful day. I'm going to finish my coffee. Cheers. It's Whine Wednesday. Please like and subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this content. And, I just hope that we can just do better. Let's just do better. We really need to just help one another, be kind to one another. And like I said, thanks for letting me whine, guys. This has just been a morning. I hate to start off my mornings like this, but I'm going to end it on a good note. Something great's going to happen today. Be blessed. Take care. Cheers. And remember, it's always time for a wine or a glass of wine or a mocktail or cocktail, whatever you prefer. Love you guys. I'll see you next time.